Hello my diamond art friends, my name is Ilene and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you for your continued support and friendship. I am going to do a WIP chat for this video on Keep the Jokes Coming. This canvas is from Raven Diamond Art. As you can see, I'm using Bee's Crafty Corner release papers, and I'll show you what else I'm going to use in just a minute. But keeping in the same kind of discussion about Bee's Crafty Corner, I had shown in a video earlier this week some release paper that I had her make based on an image that I had made, kind of depicting me. The shop that I had the image made from is not open any longer or at the moment. But I asked her to number them, and she did. So here's the image. Let me put it up a little closer. I don't know if that'll make a difference or if the light's going to mess it up. Yeah, it's probably not going to be the greatest. But anyway, I just want to thank several of you reached out to me and asked if you could contact Bee and also get the same release paper. And then Sabrina, who is the owner of Bee's Crafty Corner, reached out to me and asked if she could sell it. And I said, absolutely you can. I'm actually pretty honored, and honestly, it really did warm my heart that several of you wanted some craft paper that kind of has something to do with my channel on it. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you, but yeah, all I can say is thank you, thank you, thank you, and I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, so there are a couple other little housekeeping things. Now that I've got that out of the way, I wanted to go over. I did go and do a little bit of shopping today for bingo prizes for my Sunday job. I go to the Dollar Tree, and I got a couple little fun socks I want to share, and then one other item to kind of show. So we all know, oh, I had to reach for it. That took a lot of work. I love a good pair of character socks, and these I couldn't pass up. They are Looney Tune socks, so I got myself a Bugs Bunny, Marvin the Martian, and Daffy Duck. So these are cute, and like I said, I could not pass up a cute pair of character socks. I love some fun socks. And then I went and I was looking through some prizes and actually got one for a bingo prize, but then I got this for me as well. This is a planner, so it starts in 2025, and I just figured it's a nice little small sized one. Maybe it could help me keep track of things when I want to do things for my channel. I don't know if I'll use the note part of it, but I thought it would be a nice little something to try to see if that helps me stay on track where I want for my channel. So the socks were $1.25 a piece. This was $1.50. And that is not everything I bought, but those are just some things I wanted to share. And then, of course, with me doing Keep the Jokes Coming from Raven Diamond Art, this was my Sunday project. I had to kit up another canvas to replace that one to start working on tomorrow. So I decided to kit up Balancing Act by Richard Lorenz. It is a 13-inch by 13-inch, so 32.8 centimeters by 32.8 centimeters. And it is a canvas that I got from Amazon off the Diamond Art Club website. So I have it already with my release papers on it to bring to work tomorrow. And I'm not going to show you the container with it all kitted up. Just trust me, it's all kitted up. Alrighty. So I think that's all the little housekeeping things I wanted to do. So I'll start doing my canvas. I am going to be using a tray from Drew. Sometimes I can't talk. True Vampire Arts. She is Mint from True Vampire Crafts. And I will link her Etsy shop in the description box below. I bought the set of these, but I'm just going to use this one. And it did come with a stopper. I'm just not going to use it. And I am going to be using a pen that I got from Patriotic Teens. I love this pen. And I'm using Alien Putty. I don't know if it's going to come in or not. Or focus. Probably not. But anyway, I'm using Alien Putty in my 6 placer and in my single placer. So in the 6 placer, I have Purple and Sunshine, and in the single placer tip, I have Ocean. So let's go ahead and I'll get started. I'll pull a color and we'll start working. I'm going to do a little bit of a what have I been up to this week kind of thing before we get on to our fun facts about just about everything. I'm going to continue that from last week since I did not finish those facts and they're fun. So this week, let's see. Not a lot has been going on. Week-wise, like there's like not a lot of like drama in my life, which is nice. Been a little bit of a difficult week. So not that you all need to know this, but like, oh, my stomach was killing me the other day. I couldn't figure out why I was feeling so gross. Like, just felt ick. All right. Well, I know I've been eating a lot of processed food and what have you because of the hurricane. And I had made some spaghetti to eat a couple times just because, you know, saving money. The grocery stores weren't completely stocked up the last time I went shopping on like meat and those kinds of items. And so whatever. But anyway, I was thinking it was because I got so excited to eat grapes last week. Like when I was able to eat grapes, like I really ate the grapes and then I ate so many grapes that, you know, it was wreaking havoc on my system. So I thought that's really what it was, but it wasn't. It was actually the spaghetti. Anyway. So I don't know if it was because like maybe perhaps like the onion I cut up or whatever, or maybe it was the sausage, or just in general my stomach was not loving it. But anyway, so I ended up canceling like my scheduled date with my love on Monday. And then we were gonna get together Thursday, and then he was having trouble. He wasn't feeling good. And we both kind of think it's just like been like life and stress kind of like beating us down a little bit with like recovering from the hurricane and then trying to get on track like with our work and, you know, personal lives. It's just been a lot. But it's okay. It's gonna work out. Hopefully tomorrow's date stands. And yeah. It's okay though. It happens sometimes. But that's just that. Um as you know, I went shopping today, went grocery shopping too, and I was able to start stocking up again on like meat and stuff like that. So my local supermarket, Publix, had chicken breast on sale, like buy one package get one free. It was like it's by the pound or whatever, but so I had, and in these packs there were like 2 chicken breasts a piece, and so I got 4 of them. 2 of them were free, and got some other things too that I could, you know, put some things in the refrigerator and some in the freezer to use later. So that's good. That's kind of a relief for me because I worry about that. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys or not, but it worries me if I don't have some type of nutritious food kind of available to me. And so, yeah. So it's going to be nice to be able to get myself back on like a track of eating some good food and seeing things kind of back to normal in the supermarket, even Walmart and like Target. as well are back to normal, like supply wise. So that's nice. Nice to see. People are still struggling, of course. As I mentioned in my last WIP chat, you know, I was very fortunate, and I feel like I'm going to pay it forward. And as I said, I've started collecting to donate to my local. I don't know if it's a food pantry, but Echo, which you can, as I mentioned before, that you can donate supplies there, and they give them to people in need. So I am still doing that. I am slowly collecting things, and I'm hoping, by Thanksgiving to be able to, because I'm getting things like a little bit every week, to be able to donate a big box of stuff by Thanksgiving. That's my goal. Yeah, so that's that. All right, that's all. Nothing too exciting. Otherwise, in my life, I'm a boring person. I've mentioned that before, or at least I think I'm boring. And we'll go on and get on to these facts. Yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of my strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper. I'm also, because I was drinking so much soda, like only am allowing myself to have 2 Dr. Peppers a week. So I'm drinking one now, and then I have one for sometime during the week. And once that's gone, it's gone. Water and coffee it is. And I will be cutting down to 2 cups of coffee starting Monday. Well, actually, starting tomorrow, because I usually have one here in the morning, and then I usually will bring one with me or get a coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna handle life right now. All right, now that I've bored you, let's get on to these 125 interesting facts about anything and continue on with that discussion. Okay, so on average, a giant Pacific octopus will lay 56,000 eggs at the end of a pregnancy over the course of about a month. At first, these new babies float through the surrounding water unattached to one another or their mother. But then the mother gathers each egg, which is about the size of a grain of rice, and weaves them. Oh, just reloaded, so hold on. Let me get back to where we were. These darn things. All right, we're gonna get there. Almost. I think. Come on. Can't be serious. Oh Lord. Okay. Hold on. I gotta scroll down now. It reloaded up to the top instead of where I was. That's gonna take a second. Nothing like I couldn't print it because it was too many pages. It was gonna be annoying. We're almost there. Okay, here we go. So, I'll start that last sentence over. But then the mother gathers each egg, which is about the size of a grain of rice, and weaves them into braids, allowing her to keep an eye on everyone at the same time. Let me get a couple more of these drills down. And pull my glasses down the bridge of my nose, so whatever. Okie dokie. Cats have fewer toes on their back paws. Like most four-legged mammals, cats have 5 toes on their front, but their back paws only have 4 toes. Scientists think the 4-toed back paws might help them run faster. That is a perfectly fascinating cat fact. Oh gosh, that was funny. Oh goodness. Alright, let's see here. One more of these, and I'm probably going to have to change the tray for just a second because I'm having a little not issue, but for whatever reason. Anyway, I feel like this one was kind of feeling kind of weird in my hand right now, and I'm not sure why because I use it. So I wonder if it's just I'm trying to concentrate on like doing my facts and like because the tray isn't, you know, like I'm not like doing what I normally do like diamond painting wise, like I'm concentrating elsewhere. Who knows? Who knows? All right. So does anybody know what Kleenex tissues were originally intended for? Here we go. They were intended to be gas masks. When there was a cotton shortage during World War I, Kimberly Clark developed a thin, flat cotton substitute that the Army tried to use as a filter in gas masks. The war ended before scientists perfected the material, so the company redirected it to be smoother and softer and marketed Kleenex as facial tissue instead. That's interesting. Does anybody know how many calories a blue whale can eat? Like how many in one mouthful? Like how many calories that is about? Okie dokie, here we go. Here's the answer. Blue whales eat 500,000 calories in one mouthful. Seems like a lot, but they're pretty big, right? All right, so let's see. Just to wrap your brain around that for a second, that on this animal fact, those 457,000 calories are more than 240 times the energy the whale uses to scoop those krill into its mouth. Okay. Oh Lord, that was bad placement, Ilene. Bad, bold. Here we go. Da-da. All right. We all know the next fact, I'm sure. The tiny pocket in jeans was designed to store pocket watches. The original jeans had only 4 pockets. That tiny pocket plus 2 more on the front and just 1 in the back. Do you know that turkeys can blush? When turkeys are scared or excited, like when the male sees a female they're interested in, the pale skin on their head and neck turn bright red, blue, or white. The flap of the skin over their beak, called a snood, also reddens. By the way, this is why the president pardons a turkey every Thanksgiving. Really? Because they blush? Huh. If you say so. All right. Does anybody know why most Disney characters wear gloves? Most Disney characters wear gloves to keep animation simple. Walt Disney may have been the first to put gloves on his characters, as seen in 1929's The Opry House starring Mickey Mouse. In addition to being easier to animate, there's another reason for the gloves. We didn't want him to have mouse hands because he was supposed to be more human, Disney told a biographer in 1957. The man with the world's deepest voice can make sounds humans can't hear. The man, Tim Storms, can't even hear the note, which is 8 octaves below the lowest G on a piano, but elephants can hear it. How do they know that? I mean, if you can't hear it as a human, huh, interesting. I'm probably thinking way too much into that fact. Get a couple more. See. Down. Okay. Does anybody know who designed the current American flag? Now, current. The current American flag was designed by a high school student. It started as a school project for Bob Heff's junior year history class in 1958, and it only earned a B-. His design had 50 stars, even though Alaska and Hawaii weren't states yet. Heft figured the two would earn statehood soon and showed the government his design. After President Dwight D. Eisenhower called to say the design was approved, Heft's teacher changed his grade to an A. You would think he would have gotten an A+, but whatever. Whatever. That seems kind of mean. All right. Cows don't have upper front teeth. They do have molars on top and in the back of their mouths. But where you'd expect upper incisors, cows, sheep, and goats have a thick layer of tissue called a dental pad. They use that with their bottom teeth to pull out grass. Okay. All right. Thanks to 3D printing, NASA can basically email tools to astronauts. Getting new equipment to the space station used to take months or years, but the new technology means the tools are ready within hours. All right. That I'm gonna wait to do until I flip it over. Next up here. All right, let me just get these back in here and pick the next one we're gonna do, which is these, because the upward arrow, just because there are so many. Keep me kind of on that color for a while. Only a quarter of the Sahara Desert is sandy. Most is covered in gravel, though it also contains mountains and oases. And here's another geography fact that everyone gets wrong. It isn't the world's largest desert. Antarctica is. Okay. I didn't know that. Did you know that bananas grow upside down? or technically, we peel them upside down. Naturally, they grow outward from their stems, but that means their bottoms actually face the sky. As they get bigger, the fruit turns towards the sun, forming that distinctive curve. There were, active volcanoes on the moon when dinosaurs were alive. Most of the volcanoes probably stopped erupting about 1 million years ago, but NASA findings have suggested there might still have been active lava flows 1 million years ago when the dinosaurs were still roaming. All right, now here's an interesting little dog fact you might not know. Dogs sniff good smells with their left nostril. Dogs normally start sniffing with their right nostril, then keep it there if the smell could signal danger. But they'll shift to the left side for something pleasant like food or a mating partner. So if you're a dog lover, did you know this fact? I don't have a pooch myself, and I haven't had, like, besides my puppy nephew, Cujo Hemingway, who lives in New York. And well, he did live here for a little while. I never really thought about it or looked at what nostril he was using when he was sniffing around. But he is, just so you know, Cujo Hemingway is the best puppy nephew anyone could ever have, and I love him. He's an old man now, but he's definitely the best puppy nephew ever. Okay, anyways, next. Okie dokie, everybody. Avocados were named after reproductive organs. All right, let me get one of these down. So let's find out how that is, or what this says. You'll never look at avocados the same way again. Indigenous people of Mexico and Central America use the Naco word ahuaco, I don't know, to mean both testicles and avocado. The fruits were originally marketed as alligator pears in the United States until the current name stuck. Oh, not alligator pears, alligator pears. Here I go, reading what I want, or seeing what I want. All right. Let's try that again. The fruits were originally marketed as alligator pears in the United States until the current name stuck. Oy vey. Ilene, get with the program. All right, that's enough laughing at myself. Wouldn't be right if I didn't have one little silly, or more than one silly faux pas and everything that I do. All right. Get to the next fact. C.S. Eliot wore green makeup. No one is sure why the poet dusted his face with green powder, though some guesses that he was trying to look more interesting. I mean, maybe he thought that helped his complexion. And I would guess I want to know like how green was the powder? Like was it like a light little pale green? Was it like a bright green? You know, like who knows? You know, back in the day, people dusted their face with powder, right? Or like George Washington, didn't they used to powder their wigs or whatever? Or is that just like a figure of speech? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go on. Okay. The word fizzle started as a type of fart. In the 1400s, it meant to break wind quietly, according to the English Oxford Living Dictionaries. These other Now that actually tells you like, hey, you can click on here and get more interesting dictionary facts. But anyway, apparently it just means to break a fizzle means to break wind quietly. All right, let's put more of these down. Human noses and ears get bigger as we age. It's pretty common to see the claim that our noses and our ears are the only parts of our body that keep growing as we age. But that's not exactly true. Our noses and ears stop growing along with the rest of our body, but thanks to the weight of gravity, both parts continue to lengthen over time, according to the Discovery Channel. All right. Oop, didn't pick that up. No number before 1000 contains a letter A, but there are plenty of E, I, O, U's, and Y's. Never really thought about that, but that's pretty interesting. The pound symbol isn't officially called, or the pound symbol. Well, it actually has like the checkerboard symbol. Isn't officially called hashtag or pound. Let me get to bing, bing, bong. All right, here we go. Its technical name is the octothorpe. The octo means 8 and refers to its points, though reports disagree on where Thorpe came from. Some claim it was named after Olympian Jim Thorpe, while others argue it was just a nonsense suffix. Alright, here's gonna probably be another like foreign word I butcher. Whatever. I'm here to entertain. Apparently you and myself, so it'll probably entertain myself more than you. But here we go. The French have their own name for a French kiss. Something extra interesting about this kissing fact, the word hasn't been around for long. In 2014, Galocher, all right, we're gonna go with that, meaning to kiss with tongues, was added to the Petit Robert French Dictionary. Okie dokie. Next fact, after I take a little swig of my You can thank the Greeks for calling Christmas Xmas. In Greek, the word Christ starts with the letter chi, which looks like an X in the Roman alphabet. Okay, so it's not like saying that like they're taking like the Christ word out. You know how some people say don't take the Christ out of Christmas. Apparently here Xmas is chi, which looks like an X in the Roman alphabet, so it's not. So people that think that, well, they're wrong. Anyway, moving on. I like to learn facts like that. Anyway. Movie trailers originally played after the movie. They trailed the feature film, hence the name. The first trailer appeared in 1912 and was for a Broadway show, not a movie. Interesting. All right. Mercedes invented a car controlled by a joystick. The joystick in the 1966 Mercedes F200 showcase car controlled speed and direction, replacing both the steering wheel and pedals. The car could also sense which side the driver was sitting on, so someone could control it from the passenger seat. Huh. All right. Would you not wish to be in a car controlled by a joystick? But some people might. No. All right. A little bit further here. All right, let's put a couple more drills down, and then we'll get to that next fact. Pop one of the drills over here, so I'm gonna grab it. H&M actually stands for something. Does anybody know what it stands for? This is one of those interesting facts you'll probably never thought about before. The clothing retail shop was originally called Hennes, Swedish for hers, before acquiring the hunting and fishing equipment brand Moritz Woodfrost. Eventually, Hennes and Moritz was shortened to H&M. Okay. Okay, dokie. The US government saved every public tweet from 2006 through 2017. Starting in 2018, the Library of Congress decided to only keep tweets on a very selective basis, including election and those dealing with something of national interest, like public policy. I actually do not, I don't have a Twitter account, at all. Um, so that's, I've never had one, so that's kind of interesting. I don't even go on Twitter and read anything. Um, even be, you know, even with like, even before like the most recent history of Twitter, I I didn't like Twitter, so, and I still don't. So yeah, I'll never have a Twitter account. No, I think if that's you do, good for you. But I don't see the need for it. Um, and also just how things are now, I wouldn't go on it. Anyway, Theodore Roosevelt had a pet hyena. Let's see if they tell us what the hyena's name was. That would be great. Oh, yes, it did. Its name was Bill, and it was a present from the Ethiopian emperor. Roosevelt was famous for many of his pets, including a one-legged rooster, a badger, a pony, and a small bear. Okay, okay. Whatever. Thought I had enough, but I don't. Alright, let me just get these two down and I'll read the next one. The CIA headquarters has its own Starbucks, but baristas don't write names on the cups. Its receipts say store number 1 instead of Starbucks, and its workers need an escort to leave their work posts. What happens when you got a tinkle? Dang it, man. You gotta have somebody bring you in there and like chill while you do your business. Maybe the pay's really good. Who knows, you know? Hopefully it is. I feel like in a way that's sort of like working for the government. No? Alright, let's see. I think I've mentioned this before, or I've heard it somewhere else. But that's okay. We can never, like, you know, sometimes facts get repeated, but it wasn't from like the WIP chat from like last time. A giraffe's tongue can be 20 inches long. They are dark, bluish black color, and it's probably to they're blue black. They're dark. I need to try this again. I'm like trying to read the sentence ahead of myself. That's what I said. They're dark, bluish black color. It's probably to prevent sunburn. Okay, let's put down a couple more, and then the next fact. Love it when I hear that noise of putting the drill down here in that pot. Just makes me happy. Alright, and then we'll go to the next one. Alright, there's only one U.S. capital without a McDonald's. Montpelier, Vermont doesn't have any of those golden arches. It also happens to have the smallest population of any state capital, with just 7,500 residents. My youngest brother lives in Vermont, but not in Montpelier. Anyway. Put a couple more down. Europeans were scared of eating tomatoes when they were introduced. Scholars think Hernan Cortes brought the seeds in 1519 with the intent of the fruit being used ornamentally in gardens. But by the 1700s, aristocrats started eating tomatoes. But they were convinced the fruits were poisonous because people would die after eating them. In reality, the acidity from the tomatoes brought out the lead of their pewter plates, and they actually died of lead poisoning. I said lead when it was lead. Okay, so the tomatoes brought out the lead, in their pewter plates, and they actually died of lead poisoning. There we go. Said that right. Lead, lead, spelled the same way. Tricky, tricky, tricky. All right. Humans aren't the only animals that dream. Studies have indicated rats dream about getting to food or running through mazes. Most mammals go through REM sleep, the cycle in which dreams occur. So scientists think there's a good chance that they all dream. Anybody know how much the inventor of the microwave received for his discovery? Maybe got any guesses? All right, here we go. The inventor of the microwave appliance received only $2 for its discovery. Percy Spencer was working as a researcher for American appliance company, now Raytheon, when he noticed that a radar set using electromagnetic waves melted the candy bar in his pocket. He had the idea to make a metal box using microwaves to heat food, but the company was the one to file the patent. That was in 1945, and he received a $2 bonus, but never any royalties. That's terrible. It's like everybody has like a microwave in their house. Actually, I'm gonna tell this story quick. Like during COVID or whatever, when I worked at the assisted living, one of our ladies that lives there put some food in the microwave, and she put it on so long that it caught on fire and started smoking and set the fire alarm off. And yeah, we had to um, evacuate all the residents on the second floor of that building, and we were oh my goodness. Anyway, let's just say she only needed to heat it up for like 2 minutes, and she ended up, I think, putting it on for something like 20 minutes and not realizing it. Anyway, that's it. This little story. She did not get her microwave taken away. We just kind of monitored her a little bit closer with it. Poor thing was so embarrassed. Anyway, everybody was fine, and we all, you know, it was not funny at the time, but it's reflecting on it now. It's funny, and not funny, but like, you know. Anyway, so things can catch on fire in the microwave. I'm sure you all know that. Anyway, the Eiffel Tower can grow more than 6 inches during the summer. The high temperatures make the iron expand. All right. Does anybody know where glitter originated on, or where it? All right. Glitter may have originated on a ranch. According to local lore, a man by the name of Henry Rushman from Bernardsville, New Jersey, invented glitter by accident in 1934 while working on a cattle ranch. The New York Times reports that the popular origin story, Rushman, a machinist, was trying to find a way to dispose of scrap metal material by crushing it into tiny pieces. Plastic went in, glitter came out, and the rest is commonly accepted as history. Oh, it's resetting, so I'm gonna have to scroll back down. Ready to let it go, shimmy, shimmy. Alright, let me see. Get it loaded. Probably should have tried to print it. But you know what? I didn't. So, what can you do? What can you do? I'm almost there though, because some of these I remember reading just now. Just not too long ago. Yeah, money. Oh, no. And we're almost done anyway. Because I'm going to try to only do an hour, and then I'll see how many are left, and if I need to do it next week. I'm probably going to do Halloween socks next week, and I'm going to do my WIP chat early, because, just with Halloween, I wanted to do that one, and I have some facts, and it'll be fun, and anyway, it'll be fun. Okay, dokie, and I actually can change colors. All right, so Frankenstein's creature is a vegetarian. Both Victor Frankenstein and Creature were fictional character in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I cannot. No. Oh, Nugget. This thing just came up over my... Oh, good lord. Give me a second to see if I can reload it again. This is just not going well right now. Alright, it's okay. It happens, I guess. It knows it's at the end. It's cool. Oh, not this one. I want it. Alright. Let me just... I wanted to grab A. Put this one away and grab the smaller case A. Sorry guys, it's a little bit wonky right now. Nothing I can do ever runs smooth. I guess it wouldn't be a WIP chat by Ilene if it wasn't a little bit jacked up. Oh well. What can you do? Jeez. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Both Victor Frankenstein and Creature were fictional character in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. In the classic novel, Creature says, "My food is not that of man. I do not destroy the lamb and the kid to glut my appetite. Acorns and berries afford me sufficient nourishment." This is one of the interesting facts you should definitely share with your vegetarian friends. So now here is a kind of serious fact. Medical errors are top causes of death. According to a Johns Hopkins research team, 250,000 deaths in the United States are caused by medical errors each year. This makes medical errors the third leading cause of death in the country. That could lead to a deeper discussion, but we don't need to have that right now. I have thoughts, but anyway. Sloths have more neck bone than giraffes. Despite the difference in neck lengths, there are more bones in the neck of a sloth than a giraffe. There are 7 vertebrae in the neck of a giraffe and in most mammals, but there are 10 in a sloth. Double A's. Bees can fly higher than Mount Everest. Bees can fly higher than 29,525 feet above sea level, according to the National Geographic. That's higher than Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. Ancient Egyptians used dead mice to ease toothaches. In ancient Egypt, people put a dead mouse in their mouth if they had a toothache. According to Nathan Belofsky's book Strange Medicine: A Shocking History of Real Medical Practices Through the Ages, mice were also used as wart remedies in Elizabethan England. Captain Crunch's full name is Horatio Magellan Crunch. He has also been called out for only having the bars of a Navy commander, but the so-called captain held his ground on Twitter, arguing that captaining the SS Guppy with his crew makes an official captain in any book. They spell captain, or they did CAP''N. That's why I said captain. Anyway, that counts. All right. Paint used to be stored in pig's bladder. The bladder would be sealed with a string and then pricked to get the paint out. This option wasn't the best because it would often break open. American painter John G. Rand was the inventor who, in the 19th century, made paint tubes from a tin and screw caps. Humans have jumped farther than horses in the Olympics. The Olympic world record for the longest human long jump is greater than the world's record for the longest horse jump. Mike Powell set the record in 1991 by jumping 8.9 meters, and the horse Extra Dry set the record in 1900 by jumping 6.10 meters. Okay. Does anybody know how much the Terminator script was sold for? All right, here we go. The Terminator script was sold for $1. James Cameron was the award-winning director of the movies like Titanic and Avatar. In order to get his big break with the Terminator, he sold the script for $1 and a promise that he directed it. Of course, this movie has some of the most famous movie quotes of all time. Well, I'll be back, right? Isn't that like one of them? I can't Arnold Schwarzenegger my voice, so I'll be back. Pretty sure. All right. Penguin poop is the property of the British Crown. In the 18th century, pigeon poop was used to make gunpowder, so King George I confirmed the droppings to be the property of the Crown. me. What I'm doing is finish up these A's and do some more facts, and then I think that's going to be it for the WIP chat. I have more of them. I don't know how long, but it'll be enough to kind of because I'm gonna have to do my WIP chat for next week early. All right. So anyway, onions were found in the eyes of Egyptian mummies. Pharaoh Ramses IV of ancient Egypt had his eyes replaced with small onions when he was mummified. The rings and layers of the onion were worshipped because people thought they represented eternal life. This aligns with the reason for mummification, to allow the pharaoh to live forever. Abraham Lincoln was a bartender. You know that the 16th President of the United States fought for the freedom of slaves and the Union. What you didn't know is that he was a licensed bartender. Lincoln's liquor license was discovered in 1930 and displayed in a Springfield liquor store. According to Wayne C. Temple, a Lincoln expert, Congress wanted to fire Ulysses S. Grant in 1863 because he drank a lot, and Lincoln's response was to send Grant a supply of whiskey. Beethoven never knew how to multiply or divide. The renowned pianist went to a Latin school called Paraschinum, where he was taught some math, but never learned multiplication or division, only addition. He once, when he needed to multiply 62 by 50, he wrote 62 down a line 50 times and added it all up. Japan released sushi-inspired Kit Kats. For a limited time in 2017, Tokyo's Kit Kat Chocolater shop made 3 types of chocolate bars that were inspired by sushi, but didn't actually taste like raw fish. The tuna sushi was raspberry, the seaweed wrap one tasted like pumpkin pudding, and the sea urchin sushi was the flavor of cocado melon with mascarpone cheese. All of these made with puffed rice, white chocolate, and a bit of wasabi. That reminds me. Jack told me, like my fact about spam last week, that they make spam sushi. I need to try that just to say I tried it once. But I don't know where to find that. So, yeah, I'm going to have to see if that's like available down here in Florida and where I could find it. Just to say I tried it once. All right. An espresso maker went into space in 2015. Coffee lovers will appreciate this interesting space fact. Samantha Cristoforetti was the first astronaut to get a warm and cozy piece of home sent to her while in orbit. The Italian Space Agency worked with Italian coffee manufacturer Lavazza to get the coffee capsule into space. All right. Let's see. The word aquarium means watering place for cattle in Latin. Of course, today's aquariums aren't for cows. The first aquarium that looks like we would imagine was created in 1921 and opened in 1924 in England. Okay, this is going to be the last fact that I share for this WIP chat, and then I'm going to do my closing. And then I don't know how many are left, so we'll see what happens for, you know, doing the rest of these. But anyway, an employee at Pixar accidentally deleted a sequence in storage. Try it again. An employee at Pixar accidentally deleted a sequence of Toy Story 2 during production. Ed Catmull, the co-founder of Pixar, wrote in his book, Creativity, Inc., that a year before the movie came out, someone entered the command to the drive where the files were saved and scenes started deleting. It would have taken a year to recreate what was deleted, but luckily another employee had a backup of the entire film on her laptop at home. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how many are left. Not really sure, but it's all right. We may continue this one another time. So that's going to be my WIP chat. If you stuck with me through the whole thing, thank you. I appreciate you so much. And I think that's what I got. And I am now going to finish this section off camera and start doing a little bit more cleaning around this apartment. So as always, please like and comment and have yourself a nice day or night, whatever it is for you. Take care. Happy diamond painting. And until my next video, bye.